Here, all we have to do to fix this is just lock the differential. And now instead of 50% of the torque going to each of the wheels, 100% of the torque is going to the one that's touching the ground, because the axle is locked. So now, you push over. There's the valve. As you see, only one wheel turns, because this one's stuck. You lock it. Now we have a lot more torque over the wheel that's actually touching the ground, which is pretty cool. This is going to hopefully go across the glue. We're going to start with the straight shot. So let's lock the rear diff. There we go. Now if we move it, it's going across, but it's not driving straight. And that's when the differential locks. If we don't lock it, why does it drive straighter when we don't lock it? When we lock it, man, that's really interesting. It just totally skips across there. Honestly, this thing doesn't even drive straight, so I'm going to give a straight shot a 2 out of 10. Let's see if we can go uphill with the incline test. It's already kind of sliding. Here we go. Alright, so with no disc lock, it is making it up the hill, but the glue is building up. Look at the glue building up on the side of the tires, dude. That's really weird. Alright, lock the disc, and still not great. That's when it locks. So they're both, oh, it is actually working. The front wheels are not turning at all, and it's not really happy. Alright. Yeah, this is not making it up the slope very well. This glue is like more slippery than it is sticky. As you can tell. I'm not touching anything. I'd give the incline test a 3 out of 10. See if it can actually break. Judging by this, I'd say no, but here we go. Well, it hasn't stopped yet, so technically... Oh, there we go. Where are we at? Pretty bad. This one didn't perform very well at all, so I'm going to say this car slipped. Next thing we're going to test is jelly. Forgot the white bread. That's a shame. We could have made some really good sandwiches. All right, let's see here. 2.6 to 3 ounces. So I'm going to call that a good 3 ounces of force there. You know, the accident machines you can buy that do the exact same thing, but they're like $3,000. We just built one with a small fishing scale. It's like $10 and some Lego bricks. So the next vehicle really needs some special technique. Should be right here. Because I want to take a few of these and build some custom spoked wheels. So I'm thinking we'll keep the majority of the tire out of the jelly so it won't get stuck. So we're going to build these, take one of these pieces and fill it with these guys. And these are just these little pieces with studs on the side. And they have a bar sticking out. So if we put 6 on this guy, then we put 6 on the second one, we can sandwich these together around an axle. And if we line it up just right, we can extend these spokes just using some of these pieces. Cool, there we go. Now we just gotta build 3 more of these. Fun fact about my week. My friend came over like 3 months ago. We were walking into the mudroom and he saw a pair of spurs on the ground for my sister. And he was like, wouldn't it be funny if I hid these? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so he decided to hide one of the spurs in the house. You know, that she was like, be super confused as to where they were. But bringing this back around to this week, I was at her house and she was talking about how she just couldn't find her spurs. She was back to buy new ones. And I was like, wait a minute, you mean the one above the cabinet? She's like, why? I was like, yeah, my friend did that. He thought it'd be really funny. And then we told you that you were missing one. And she was so mad. She was like, I've been looking for this for months. In other news, my friend's having a funeral this Saturday. So now we gotta catch all these guys together. Next up, we have our spoked vehicle. As you can see, set them right here, starting with the straight shot. Let's see if it actually moves. You know, it's actually moving. Better than I expected. It has 0 traction. The front wheels aren't turning also, but it's moving across, surprisingly. Nothing's broken off yet. We also haven't implemented steering on any of these vehicles, so we can't really do anything other than see if it goes all the way straight. Okay, the straight shot is a 1 out of 10. That thing barely goes straight. Let's test the incline. Hey, stay there. Come on, you can do it. Come go up. Oh, yeah, there's no way it's doing the incline. But hey, now's a great time to test the brake test. Hey, yeah, the jelly did not really work. Shocker. I'm going to give this vehicle a break feature. That did not work at all. Next up, we have baby powder. Not actually what I know. But I'm really curious to see what it will do to the friction of our surface. 1.5, 1.9, that's actually pretty good. There's like hardly any friction there, which makes sense. The whole reason for baby powder is so that there's no friction. We're going to give this one a friction score of 0.5 out of 10. Let's see what rubber tires on the Lego vehicle do. For our next vehicle, I'm going to build it with all-wheel drive, which means we're going to put a motor on the front and back of the chassis to control both sets of wheels. First, I just got to rebuild the front part of the wheel. These things will not fit in here like this. Alright, there we have a pretty good frame. And on the front and back of this, I'm just going to give each side its own 90-degree actuator. So I'm going to take these motors on the middle and control the axle, just like that. to give it the extra bit of traction you need. If you really think about it, that's why they put it on good cars. Right. Let's now frame back on this one and see if it works. Before we test out this action, guys, make sure you subscribe. You can become a member of the Drift Science Stud Army. Press the button down below, and that way you won't miss any of our future videos. So here we have our all-wheel drive vehicle. As you see, there's two motors. What I'm going to do is first just plug in the rear motor. And then the second test, I'll plug in both motors. We can actually test. It's better than just having one. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. I really just expected that to go all the way across. Look at that. The front wheels aren't turning. Oh, so they're hooked up to a motor. Right. Okay, well, let's go straight shot with one. And we are literally getting nothing. Big drift, though. Okay, calm down. Whoa. All right, now we got four-wheel drive. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's all-wheel drive. Check that out. With all-wheel drive, I would give this a 10 out of 10. Now let's do the incline test. We'll give it a little bit more. Let's start with this angle. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, since we're making it up to the top, we're going to try a little bit of a steeper angle. Oh, it's still going up. Okay, I'm just going to keep raising it up. Here we go. Dang, this is grippy. Check that out. I said it's about a 40-degree angle. Oh, okay, that's about our angle right there. We can go there, any higher, and start sliding down. Wow, that is really impressive. Dude, baby powder has a lot more grip than I thought it would. I give that a 10 out of 10 for sure, because that's the highest angle we've been able to achieve on this. Let's try the brake test. Ooh. Honestly, it's stopping right when the wheels stop, but the motors are actually carrying the weight down the hill. So I give the brake test like an 8 out of 10. It only takes a second for it to stick. Oh gosh. I'm gonna say all-wheel drive totally great. Next up, we're gonna test motor oil. Let's see what we got here. 1.4. Actually, it seems like it's having a bit of a hard time. It's like creating some sort of suction. 1.4 to 1.2. Wow. All right, this one gets a friction score of 1.6. For the next vehicle, I'm thinking we're going to build a steering mechanism so it kind of worm its way up the motor oil. And so instead of regular steering, where the wheels just turn, we're going to make the entire front of the vehicle turn. This means we need to break down this frame in half. And then what I basically want to do is just make this guy so we can rotate this one. So if we actually lift arms on the outside of this box piece, slide on a few bushings on each side, then we'll put on this little blue piece. This should allow us to run an axle through to actually lock this guy together. Now we're seeing axle run through that. Now we'll turn this axle here, the front will actually steer. And since we're going to need a lot of power, a lot of force to actually steer this, I'm going to use a worm gear. Slide the axle on there, and now drive the worm gear using a little motor like this. There we go. Looks like a steering mechanism to me. Let's set the wheels on the front of this, and then we'll have one more motor underneath to drive the wheels in the back. Here we have our steering vehicle. Now, this is a very interesting vehicle. I had to break the frame in half so it would actually fit, but that actually looks really, really cool. Let's see if they can actually make it across the straight shot. Go straight. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, gosh. Drifting. Can we do like a full turnaround here? No, we can't. I love how the front tires on all these vehicles just do not even work.